my beautiful viewers. How are you feeling? I'm over the moon. June is my most special month of the year. It's my birth month. And this year I will be 60 years young. And the other day my grand said, Yo, Omi, you are very young for 60 years. Look at that lady. She is 60, but I'm sure the lady that you showed me was 80 because she was really looking 80. And I said, no, my darling, don't worry. Omi, she's going to be amazing and she's beautiful as she is. He said, yes, Omi, but you are funky. I said, okay, I will take it. I love to be a funky Oma. So I wanted to say I've got amazing guests today, and today is also a very special day for me. Today I've got sponsors, new sponsors that I am going to celebrate. So my beautiful ones, the show is titled Celebration of Soul. Do you celebrate your soul's mission? Do you celebrate your life? You had to go through all the things that you had to go through to be awakened on your soul mission, your soul path. Today's show is very special. And I've got my dearest beauties experts here. Cannot wait for you to meet all of them. So are you ready? Here is my opening video, and after the video, my ladies is in the house. Here we go. My ladies is in the house. My ladies is in the house. So, hello, my beautiful ladies. If you do hear sweet melody or baby lullaby, it's in the back here. My grandson is sleeping and I am playing that so that he just reminded he can still be asleep. So I am so glad that you are here, my beautiful ladies. And Christa, from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you for being one of my amazing sponsors for the Power Hour TV show. Not only for the Power Hour, but you and Gail is also sponsoring, helping me to sponsor the Soul Diamond Author's Journey. Thank you. Thank you. Let's start off with you and then Christine and then beautiful Christa. Please introduce yourself and tell us what is your superpower.
I am Tina Fiori, and my superpower is to be a divine alchemist, to really return us back to the golden hearts that God created us at the spark of creation. And I'm so grateful to be here today with all of you beautiful ladies.
Wow, incredible, incredible. I've got goosebumps and I must just get my glasses up because it's still in the cupboard. I'm so sorry, my beautiful ladies. Christine, can you please introduce yourself, my beautiful one?
Absolutely. So I'm Christina Heiki. I'm originally from Germany, now in the US. I'm an intuitive soul architect and my superpower is creating peace. And especially family peace. And I love to say, ooh, I should have brought my other glasses. Inner family peace, right? It's both. We have to find the peace within that then translates into the peace with our family, hopefully, and people.
Mhm.
Beautiful. My
And
beauty.
I believe that's really the core of where everything starts, right?
Mm.
So that's
Incredible. Incredible. And may I just say something? Me and Christina is busy with her big project. That there's going to be news out a little bit later this year. And I must tell you, every week we meet, Christine, and you blow me away. Every
Mhm.
week you blow me away. You are amazing, my girl. So,
thank
Krista, my beautiful earth angel. May I ask you to introduce yourself? But before that, I would just love to say thank you so much for everything that you have done for our beautiful miracle man, beautiful Howard Brown. And I know
Mhm.
that he is smiling upon us and smiling upon you for keeping him and his heart till the very end. So, if you are ready, my beautiful Krista, please introduce yourself, my beautiful one.
Yes, my name is Krista. I'm come from Canada, Ontario, Canada, and I help people shift their mindset and find ways to awaken their soul, to align their life. And I do this through many ways. I'm an Amazon #1 best-selling author. I am a TV co-host for The Author's Journey, which is celebrated here. So any author, please, let us, because we really want to celebrate you. I do international speaking, nutritionist, and energy work in so many modalities. And when it really comes down to it, my superpower, as Sanet said, is I'm an earth angel. And what I do as an earth angel is I go into people's lives, I'm put into people's lives right at the exact moment is supposed to be. And at that moment, I help people go on their journey wherever that may lead them. And I allow myself to do whatever it is I'm guided to do along that journey, so we can all connect with our higher self. So that's me.
Mhm.
Beautiful. I love it. So, my beautiful ladies, our title is Celebration of Soul. And the tagline is Where Dreams Come Alive in Story, Spirit, and Celebration. And my quote, and I love my quote, I was laughing at my quote, and then I'm telling my grandson about the quote, and he laughed at me. And I said, do you think it's funny or do you think it's beautiful? And he went, oh, and that means he thinks it's beautiful because he didn't laugh. He just went like this. And I said, oh, Zachary, he's now 8 months old. Oh, he laughs you to the moon and back. So my quote for today is imagination is the divine spark that lights the soul's celebration. When we dare to dream with our hearts wide open, we don't just imagine new realities. We birth them into being.
Mhm. Yeah.
Love it. And when I had that last part into being, because it didn't feel like it didn't feel like it's not right yet. And then I thought, what if it's being, it's just there because it was always part of our soul. And I put
Mhm.
I put the wording in, and Judge, I asked Judge just to check my flow, and he said, no, the best part is say being, because what I
Mhm.
trying to put in there was too long to say, but you are what you're on your soul plan. And I thought, and then I read it to my grandson, and he said, so I know I got the stamp of approval. So my beautiful ladies, I'm going to ask you your first question. And I know you are all helping people to get to know their souls, get to, I will also say, understand themselves, because sometimes you need to understand your mission and your values and then tap into your soul alignment so that can be on your soul path. My first question, and we're going to talk about imagination, and we're going to talk about celebration. But I wanted to ask, how do you stay connected to your creativity or intuitive self? Because sometimes this is very difficult. I sometimes Annette, just before I'm repeating the question, 2 weeks ago, on May the 9th, my Facebook was blocked. I had to work on different ways to start working because I'm still cannot enter. But how God have given me the ideas that came forth. It was always inside of me, but I never knew I could do that. So you have to start to know your abilities, know yourself. So I'm very proud of myself, everything I've done the last, well, not almost 2 weeks. Thursday will be 2 weeks. So my question to you, how do you stay connected to your creativity and your intuitive self? My beautiful Tina?
That's an excellent question. And I think that just yesterday I had such a great example. And I would say the way that I do it is by what my guides call course correcting. And that's really looking at from a higher level of clarity and seeing these are divine opportunities. The things that we are experiencing are opportunities given to us. They are gifts. And they don't always feel that way. But when we realize that we're meant to be more, we're meant to rise above. So I'll just give you a quick example. Someone took something wrong that I had done, and they had texted me and was swearing and a lot of accusatory stuff going on. And I just was responding back to them that I'm sorry, that wasn't my intention, you know. And inside of me, of course, I'm feeling those words. Words are very powerful. And then I'm also feeling like, you know what? You are spiritual and you need to really think about how are you supposed to address this opportunity that you're being given in this moment. And so I just wrote back and just said, you know, I'm sorry you felt that way. And, you know, this conversation's over. I wish you the best and nothing but love. And she texted me back this morning and said, thank you. Your words meant everything to me. I am sorry, you know, and it doesn't always go like that. But I just know that staying in flow is being in that alignment, and being in that alignment is always seeing things from a higher level of clarity and not reacting. Because when you're reacting, you're not creating. So I hope that is a good answer to that. But that's just, you know, reminding me of that.
It's an amazing answer. And I must just tell you, when I just went into WhatsApp to see that you have connected to me in WhatsApp, but Christine, when it was you, Christa, when you came into WhatsApp, I was so happy I could connect again because there is other ways. There is other ways. So that was an amazing answer. And I do believe my encounter this morning as well, with such grace and love, I bestow on certain people in my life that don't want to continue with our arrangement with so much love and so much respect, that I knew I am going to blow his mind, because that's how it's in life. You have to do the love and the respect, because that is all part of me. My beautiful Christine, what is your, how do you stay connected to your creativity or intuitive self?
So first, I just want to say Christina, right? Just
Christina. I'm sorry, Christina.
yes, it's okay. So how do I stay connected? Like on a very practical day to day, I stay connected through small, I wouldn't even call it small rituals, small moments that I connect. The moment when I sit on my stairs of the house and the sun shines in my face and I can be fully in my body and be grateful for being alive. When I pray, when I converse with my angel, when I cook food and be really mindful, when I play with my cat, when I talk to my son, well, not always with him, right? Because there's also friction sometimes. Let's be real, right? I like to be real. And at the same time, I very much agree with Tina that, and also you, Sanet, said it, when there's friction or when there is a challenge, that's exactly our invitation to grow, right? That's our invite. And we can choose, we can choose if we want to stay stuck and bump our head at the closed door, or if we want to, what you did so beautifully, you know, was love and openness. Be like, there is a reason, and I am, I embrace what is happening, and I do what I can if there's anything that I can do to shift or invite something new. Right? It's not just
Mm-hmm.
a passive thing. So I
Yeah.
love dancing, music. Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like exactly. And the most important is really this internal connection that we have. That's why I do what I do when I talked about the inner family piece, right? If we're not in peace, but disconnected from ourselves, everything is so much harder. So connection is really the heart of things. The connection with oneself, the connection with family, friends, chosen family, and connection with nature, connection with God, right? Those are the four levels, and that they need to be tended to, like a garden. Tina, you said you came from
Mm-hmm.
gardening, right?
Yeah.
It's like daily gardening in a very yeah, caring, loving way.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. I loved it, Christina. Thank you so much. My beautiful Krista.
Yeah, first of all, Tina and Christina, what amazing inspirational messages that you have given not only everybody else, but myself. And one thing that instantly came to mind is I truly believe that everything is for a reason. So that's similar to what you said. I practice that. I live in that all the time. I didn't always do that. A lot of times I would look at obstacles. For instance, my husband passed away when I was younger. And for me, that was, a devastating, that was the
Mm-hmm.
end of everything. I signed up to be a wife and a mother, not a widow and a single parent. But looking now, that was meant to be because I now know what true love is. So it's looking at as we would think maybe obstacle, as maybe a shift. I've now met my best friend, and I have two more beautiful souls who are now walking this earth because it's not as if it's a replacement. It's more like blooming some more.
Mm-hmm.
So staying in touch with my divine self and following it's kind of like following the breadcrumbs, following the path, following those stones that are laid out in front of you, and taking action and continuing to walk and go, even when you feel scared, when you fear, of judgment. What are people going to think? It doesn't matter. When it comes down to it, if you are being true to your authentic self, trusting your intuition becomes easy because you are your authentic self. And the more
Exactly.
you are doing that, the more you are raising everybody else, raising their vibration, raising your vibration. And it's just a cycle of love that continues on and on.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that, Krista. That is for me the most essence. I was thinking in Afrikaans, what is the crunch as essence that we just be into intuition. Don't second guess it. Just be
Mm.
because we are. I love it. So my second big question for
Yeah.
today, before we're going over to celebration, what message is your soul longing to share through your voice today? I know it's deep. My beautiful ladies, is deep. So my beautiful Tina, I'm going to start with you, then Christina, and then Krista. And then I would also love to share mine. I'm just going to peep around to see if the little one man is still asleep. Um, I will be off screen for 1 second. My beautiful Tina.
So for me, today when I was driving and I was thinking a lot about a retreat that I've been asked to be a speaker at, and also thinking about that situation with the woman that had happened, and reading my book again, just trying to go over all the divine messages that are coming in, because I feel like I am supposed to somewhat step up and be a spokesperson for these messages and trying to understand them and everything. And so with all that being said, and I'm so grateful to have you two beautiful ladies here to share this with, I really felt like today, this is a climb. My guys tell me this isn't a fight. It's a climb. And we are climbing this, and we do have to equip ourselves like a mountain climber. We have to equip ourselves with what we need to climb different terrain. And sometimes that terrain is rough, and sometimes it's not. And sometimes in different various times of our lives, the terrain's going to change. And I feel like our job is not only to prepare ourselves and to be making that climb, but to also be helping and lending a hand to our brothers and sisters to climb too. And I think that's what we're all doing. That's why we're here. That's why we're showing up, because it's not just about us. It's about all of us doing it together, at least the ones that want to make the climb too. And so I felt like that was going to be my presentation. It's just going to be about the climb and how, the terrain changes, and we're really just equipping ourselves and other people. So that's the message I want to share with the world. And I think that what everyone's saying today is so true. It comes through love. I mean, that is what fuels the climb. That's what fuels everything. Love and forgiveness and compassion and kindness, and when we keep returning that and reflecting it out to everyone else, then that's when we're going to shift consciousness. And consciousness is already shifting. It's happening. So I'm excited part of it, and I'm excited to share that with you beautiful ladies today and in the audience too.
Wow. Beautiful. Beautiful. I think we're done. So the core of my work is, as I shared, is childhood and generational trauma release. And I'm doing it with a method called new decision therapy, which is based on forgiveness. It's a 5-step forgiveness process that's based on loving understanding, compassion, and forgiveness. And I'm so, I want everyone to be able to experience that, because when I 20 years ago did this, this whole process, the freedom to really breathe and be much more of who you are, instead of jumping through all these hoops inside and feel like you're pushed in a corner and life is so hard. And no kidding, life can be really hard. So my tagline is really, pain is inevitable in this lifetime, but suffering is optional, right? What do we do with the pain? And that's what we all four so beautifully already mentioned, right? Like we're using the challenges, the pain to grow, right? It's like the oyster makes a pearl because there's friction, there's sand in it, right? She doesn't just do it because she has nothing better to do. And so while I had my conversations with God, why we couldn't come to him and fully expand our light in happiness and beauty and joy, I came to understand that the friction and the difficulties we have are exactly what is helping us to grow in the way we need to grow and to make the experiences that we need to make. So also for our viewers, if you're going through a hard time, I'm with you, feel you. And yet I want to invite you to understand it from a little bit of a different perspective, and to allow yourself to see where could you grow so that the situation is shifting. And that's a continuous work. The work I have to do, like it's not over. I think it's over when I'm like transitioning and my soul is leaving this body. It's an ongoing process, right? We're here to grow. Like, why are we on the planet? We're here to grow. And yes, also to enjoy and also to celebrate and have these moments and have the beautiful community like you three beautiful women. And it's hard. Let's be real. And so to find forgiveness and love and compassion and self-forgiveness and self-compassion and self-love, right? Because we're so easy to like talk about the other person, like, okay, I love you, but like I don't really like myself, right? We're often so much harder on ourselves, and it really is important to do it on both ends, right? I'm not a fan of saying, oh, only if you love yourself fully, you can love someone else. No, that I don't go with that. But we need to work on both ends, right? And yeah, so the invitation to use this life as an invite for trial and error and experiencing and growing and being sad and being joyful and being contemplative. Everything is part of this beautiful mixture that's life. So let's take this gift that we got to be alive at this time. And yes, this time has difficulties. Every time on this planet had difficulties. So let's create this community, and my cat wants to also be part of it, where all the creatures on the planet are going to be filling their hearts with more love. And because forgiveness is the most powerful tool to detangle yourself from like resentment and shame and anger and all these emotions. Oh man, you're complaining. So he has some growth to do. Let's see how he does.
I love it. I love it.
Humor. Wow.
I love it when we have our sessions, ladies. Then he's also, around, over. It's so amazing. It is beautiful. Thank you, my beautiful Christina. My beautiful Christa.
You know, there's so much that I resonate with all of you. And it's, again, no coincidence that we're all here. And I truly believe that, and I live in that every day is a miracle. The fact that I'm here right now is a miracle. When you were talking a little bit about Howard, the amazing, amazing miracle that I was connected with him, meeting on the author's journey. He took a train 2 hours to just come see me and Sanet in New York when we revealed the Soul of a Diamond that made Amazon #1 bestseller on the Jumbotron. And that instant connection, that who am I in his presence? That's how I felt. And as we continued to connect, then he got sick and continued to get sick. And we spoke, privately. Who am I not? And that's what, as he would say, and accepting that no matter who you are, our souls can align and can expand each other. So I know for him and myself, we have literally transformed ourselves physically and spiritually. As he said many times, I changed his life. He's totally changed my life. And I was completely blessed that the last message he heard for his last breath was mine. And I got that directly from his sister, who was right there with him. It was a message. I forwarded it to her, and she opened it up. And so for me, that's like an example of what our soul's mission, living it out and following it. And then when we follow it, we let it go. And when we let it go, it goes to where it's meant to be. And how beautiful is that? On a human level, absolutely, it's hard. We do experience pain. But it's when we can turn that pain into our passion. And when we turn that passion into our purpose to help serve others, not hide away. because we can all pretend we live in this perfect life, or we're always happy and things go well all the time. But it's when we're authentic and when we say, you know what, I'm hurting too. Someone else gets to be honest and say, me too. And that's where we can be connected as one. And I live in a state of gratitude. Everything I do, sometimes my response, I want to react. I'll say that. I want to react. And for instance, something about, we'll say, well, we're driving, or but I'll use driving as an example, and someone cuts me off, and I'm so grateful that car didn't hit me. I'm so grateful that they got, to where they are, because I don't know, maybe there's an emergency that they're running towards. I don't know what's happening, but I know for myself, grateful. A few weeks ago, I was actually in a car accident, and even in that car accident thing, I got out. When I was able to walk away, I went right to the other people. I said, "Are you guys okay?" They said, "Yes." We looked at our cars, and I said, "I'm just grateful that we're all okay." So I think that keeping our ability to find a little ounce of gratitude in everything that we do keeps, for me anyway, my soul aligned in my purpose, and in helping and spreading that inspiration and giving hope to others.
So beautiful. Thank you, my beautiful ladies. For me, when I was wondering what we're going to do for the front cover for the Diamond Mama magazine, and I just I gave God a wish list. I said, I want to make June a most amazing, because now we have to top the Diamond Moment magazine of last month. My two grandsons was in front, and everybody said that was exquisite cover. So, and my story, the story I need to write, and my beautiful ladies and viewers, God gave me the most beautiful dream. It was actually disturbing in the beginning. I must just say, I was like so worried, because we were on this big army truck, and not truck, but tank. Where the wheels go, blah, 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 that's still, that is going. Everywhere there was like burning, and trees, it was like a burning field that we went through. But I were holding on to some of the ladies in the group that was falling off. And I remember, I didn't know, I didn't have any more strength holding on to people. Please don't go. And then they fall on. And as soon as they fell in, the children plays here a song. The floor is lava, and then you have to jump. I'm telling you, ladies, I've jumped quite a lot, because sometimes I'm just walking, and then the grandson says, "Oh, me, the floor is lava." Then I have to jump and run to the mat, so that I'm not on the floor with lava is. So I know exactly the lava, because we're playing a lot. But I dreamed, and somebody said to me, Sanet, you have to come quickly. You have to come quickly to the front of the tank. And when you sit on the tank and you go, or you sit on a pipe and you have to go to the front, you almost like wheel yourself, because your legs is like around the tank, the top part, the tube, and then you have to pull yourself until I got to the front, and I'd scream, "There's no road, there's no road. You have to make a plan." And I remember I looked up and I said, "God, you're the only one that can give us a golden road." And I said, "Please." And I just went, "Please." And my beautiful viewers, my beautiful ladies, at that moment, God have put all the gold on the road for us to travel on.
Wow.
And when I looked at it, yes, there were some people that I tried to save. Thank you, Christina. That I tried to save, was not on the tank anymore. But that tank was not only one tank, but there was lots of tanks, and all familiar people on top of it. And we're all going to go through this narrow path that God have put the gold on, to make it strong enough for us to travel by tank. I don't even know how much a tank weighs. My story today, when God gave me that amazing dream, disturbing dream, amazing dream at the end. I wrote my article for the Diamond Mama magazine for June. I'm gathering a soul family with love. So my beautiful viewers, you're welcome to check out Diamond Mama magazine on my website. My website is selfloveforme.com. It's free. There's no cost to it. And then also when you're in the magazine, there is exceptional articles from heart-centered expertise, heart-centered, amazing souls in the Diamond Moments, Diamond Beauties Forever, and Tanzanite Heroes. But ladies, how incredible. I'm just a gatherer with love. And I said to God, I love it, I love it, I love it. So that is my soul story for today. And I'm so grateful that I could share it today with all of you. So my beautiful one, I wanted to ask, sometimes celebration is so difficult. People don't celebrate their own small and big milestones. My beautiful Tina, do you have a few tips that you can bestow on the viewers so that they can start to celebrate small and big milestones in their lives? And then Christina and then Krista, if you can add, I will be muting myself for a few seconds.
I think that celebration is so important. And I think it is important to take time to do that. I think in the moments that I do celebrate, I walk down the farm lane and have my earbuds in and I play music and I dance. And that's where I feel closest to the universe. And I feel playful like a child, you know. And so I always recommend that. I think that when you're out in the beauty of nature and you have music and you are just really expanding and allowing yourself to be free and playful and interactive with the universe, it's amazing. It's an amazing feeling. And I think it is really important to just the little things, you know, everything is in the little moments. It is what makes up life. And the moments go by quickly. So being present in them is so important. So I think, yeah, whether it's a bubble bath or whether it's, you know, just doing something special for yourself, it's really important to take the time to really just acknowledge and honor who you are. And I'm so grateful that you're on the cover of the magazine. I think the picture is phenomenal. I think it's angelic. And I also think you are somebody that I know you probably celebrate little things, but that you're allowing us to celebrate you because you do a lot. And it's amazing. And I think it's really honoring and fitting for us to take moments to really just honor you and all that you do. So thank you for gathering this beautiful soul family for us, my beautiful, beautiful friend.
Thank you for that beautiful words. And yes, when I ask God, I want to have an amazing group of ladies that can celebrate each other's winnings. How incredible, because the sun is there for everyone. Now hearing your voice, I want to say, yes, yes, celebrate me. I am so appreciated with love. Thank you, my
Yeah.
beautiful Tina.
Yeah.
Thank you. Christina?
Wow, what a topic. I love everything Tina said, obviously. And I agree. Like it's in the little moments, in the connection with nature, for me also with other people, celebrating with a beloved person or with my son or a friend. That's just wonderful in sharing the joy. I love to celebrate my birthday with going to the beach here where I live, and and it's in December. My birthday is in December, so it's not exactly beach time here in New York, right? just like it's not. I'm not in the Caribbean, so but I love to just be there for a moment and even walk bare feet through the water. It's ice cold, but it's just delicious. It's wonderful. It's my celebration of being alive. And yeah, and on a funny note or not so funny note, Germans like my country, we are really terrible at celebrating. Like, I just looked at my master's degrees, for example, that I got in Germany. It's like, it's a piece of paper. No, like, it's just a simple piece of paper. Like, you have such beautiful, like, degrees, diplomas here. Even the high school diplomas look 1,000 times better than just that piece of paper I got in the office from the secretary. Right? That's how that was like 30 years ago. Like, there was no celebration. It's like, yeah, you did it. So what? Right? And also in my house, I wasn't celebrated for that, like for my family. So I had to really acquire like a more conscious way of celebrating and being grateful for those things. And an exam is just one example that came to mind, because I just talked with a friend about it today and we laughed heartily. And yeah, so I think that's it for now. It's interesting that celebration in all cultures looks so different, right? Yeah.
That's beautiful. So starting off with your question, if we can give a tip for our viewers. So if everyone can do one favor for me, take 1 second, one inhale, and then exhale. Right there, the ability to breathe. There are people out there who wish they can breathe on their own. So let's start off by celebrating the ability to take a breath of life, because there's people who need, oxygen. Some people need to be on machines all the time. There's some people who are just so sick and are dreaming about a simple breath. So it's in the simple things that we take for granted is what we need to stop sometimes and celebrate. Instead of looking at what we don't have, instead of looking at the piles of things that we want to do, we have to do, this is my goal, I want to get to here and here and here. How about where am I now? Look at how far I've come to get to where I am now. Look how many lives I've been able to speak to on different stages, on platforms, and in person. Look at how many things I've been able to do already through my books or my courses, or just having God, the divine source. It doesn't matter what name you give it. The ability to touch and be in parts of people's lives, that's what I'm celebrating. And I think we all need to celebrate where we're at right now, because from the very first moment we took our first breath to right now, we have so much to celebrate. And now as I continue to go forward and step more and more into my authentic self every day, and all I keep hearing is more to be revealed. And how exciting is that? So stepping into that, embracing that, and celebrating every moment that something else is being revealed. Something else, another opportunity that I can say, wow, that could be a lot of work. And it is a lot of time, a lot of hours, a lot of hard work that we all do. But when it's something that we're going for that aligns with our soul, it's not work, it's our purpose, it's our mission. And that's what I celebrate, those small victories. So if it's something we have to do to make, we'll say if it's a business, look at what we have to do, but I'm writing a book right now, and I'm so grateful that I'm on my chapter where I'm at right now. I can't wait to get to the conclusion, but I'm celebrating where I am today, because you know what? Where I am today, when I'm done today, I'll be able to have that page done, and I'll be able to flip it to the next page. So celebrating that already. So I guess that's one of my tips for everybody, is celebrating where you are, where you've come from, how far you've come, what we have. What we have is someone else's dream. So I think if we remember that, and remember wherever we still have to go, that we have the opportunities. We have the ability to dream and to accept the abundance that comes into our lives. So it's a little bit about how I can, contribute, or a little bit of tips of how we can continue to, inspire and connect and celebrate ourselves and each other. And definitely Sanet and Tina and Christina, I want to celebrate you, because if you guys weren't here right now, I wouldn't be able to connect with my message and just feel so much love and vibration, because you ladies are here as well. So thank you.
Wow, incredible, incredible. So my beautiful viewers, what are you celebrating? So first of all, when I start off my day, I thank God that I'm still here, I still breathe. Then I will always ask myself, what value can I be for me, Sanet, and for amazing people in my life? And at the end of the day, I will say, Sanet, did you leave your sparkle in somebody's heart and memory? And every day I can do a tick, because that is part of my love soul mission, is to have people that experience love, because ultimately the world needs more love, and the more love we can give, the more you will receive. And then in between I do a lot of dancing. In between, I do a lot of playing. And now, while I'm with the grandchildren in New Zealand, oh my goodness, I can play. I'm telling you, it took me a month and a half to get from the first floor to the third floor without having catch your breath. Now it's 2 months later, and I can, with the little one I'm carrying, can go to the top floor without go like that. And it's small steps. I can do it, and every time I'm getting to the next platform, I will wiggle my bum, and I will say to the little one, we are on the next level. Are we going up, up, up again? And then he will smile at me. I think this little one just celebrates me as well. Because the other day we were in the shop, and I said to him something in Afrikaans. I said to him, this carrot is as cute as tomorrow, because that's an Afrikaans saying. Hierdie wortel is so skeef soos môre heeldag. So if I translate it, it doesn't work. But then another guy came behind me and he said, wow, you can say that again. And he was talking in my home language. And we were talking there for about an hour, and he was so grateful that he connected with me. He actually have asked me if we can connect on Facebook, and I said to him, "No, at the moment I'm out, blocked out, but you can connect on WhatsApp." And he took my number and he connected, and he just sent me one message. He said, not my beautiful Sanet. He said, Sanet, you made my day beautiful. But in my home language, jy het my dag mooi gemaak. But it was beautiful. So we sometimes don't know if we're celebrating even a carrot that is cute, that we're going to make somebody else's day. So my beautiful lady, the little one has got my paparazzi pen, so it's now in 2. But I'm going to ask him if I can have it back. Are you ready for your golden nuggets? I'm going to see what can I exchange it. Maybe I must give you my glasses so that we can have an exchange. So are you ready for your golden nuggets with an explanation? But just give me 1 second. You saw Omar. Okay, I've got it back, ladies. So my beautiful Tina, what is your golden nugget?
My golden nugget is be the love and light you want to see in the world, and reflect that, because when you do, I feel like you do get it reflected back, and you create the consciousness and the reality you want to live in.
Wow, that's so beautiful. Are you ready for paparazzi?
Sure.
It's quite difficult to press the button. Let me see if I can get this in again. I hope it's going to stay. My beautiful Christina, what is your golden nugget?
My golden nugget is the peace you create within will radiate out to peace in the world, and more harmony and love. And that's what we need, especially with all the things that are going on right now. And I think we're all called to do our part.
Yeah.
However small, medium, big, that doesn't matter, right? But we're all invited to rise up and be our best self. And that starts again, starts within. Become your own best friend so that you can befriend the whole world.
I love it. Are you ready for paparazzi?
I have no idea what it is, but yes.
My beautiful Christa.
It's interesting how sometimes intellectually, right away, it'll come to me. But this is not what was supposed to be said, what I was thinking I was going to say. What's supposed to be said is this amazing quote I just heard a little while ago. It was by Maya Angelou, if anybody knows of her. And the quote goes like this: "A great soul serves everyone all the time. A great soul never dies. It brings us together again and again."
Oh, are you ready for paparazzi?
I'm ready.
Thank you. So, my beautiful viewers, my golden nugget is if your why is big enough, you can do anything, you can do everything. And I stand by it because I can only do it through God's grace and love. So I am truly blessed to have these amazing ladies. And it was spur of the moment. Tina was in the garden. She's coming back into the garden. Oh, God, is no good. Beautiful Christina. She came on spur of the moment. And Krista as well on spur of the moment. But we had a most amazing show. So, my beautiful Crystal, you're going to be on the show on Wednesday, Soul of a Diamond. This show is going to air on Thursday, 12 o'clock. And you're going to be on Sunday show. Remember, a few months ago, we did that one for the chronic illness.
Yes.
I'm going to have that one rerun as well. So, you're going to be on, on all the shows going forward for this week. So, my beautiful viewers, are you celebrating? Are you only celebrating others and not yourself? And I'm going to pick up the little one. I just need to take my hair away because he can hold on to this hair.
Let's celebrate the little one.
And
Yes.
celebrate the little one. And then
Yeah.
we want to say, oh,
Bringing new
please
life.
please have an amazing day. Look after yourself and we're going to quickly have a dance, ladies. Will you have a dance with me?
Absolutely.
Please. Yes.
Here we go. He loves you, ladies. Look at his face. I know.
Walking on sunshine or dancing in the rain. Sprinkle me with fairy dust so I can fly away. Smiling